Welcome back students to session 3 of determiners. In the previous session, you would have learnt what are determiners, what are the different types of determiners, and also the first two types of determiners in detail. That is the articles and the demonstratives. In today's session, you will learn more about the possessive determiners. Before going to the lesson, let's recapitulate what are determiners. Determiners are words used in front of nouns and they help us to identify the nouns. Isn't it, students? They help us to know which noun you are referring to in particular. In today's class, you will know more about possessive determiners. So, what are possessive determiners? They indicate possession of someone, something, or some place. When I say possession, what is the meaning of the word possession, students? Possession means belonging. It tells us who owns the noun. You all know the place of determiners. They sit before the noun. Same way, all possessive determiners too sit before the noun. And what is the function of it? It tells you who owns the noun. My, our, your, his, her, its, and their. All these words are possessive determiners. Possessive determiners are the same as possessive adjectives, which are also used to show ownership. Okay, what is an adjective? Any word that describes a noun or any word that tells you more about a noun. And where does an adjective sit? It always sits before a noun, and that's why all possessive adjectives are also called as possessive determiners. Where do we use possessive determiners? Possessive determiners are used before a noun. Why? To show who owns the noun we are talking about. Now let's see this example. Rita gave me your book. Here the word your is a possessive determiner because it tells us that you own the book, your book. So it tells that it is your book. It tells about the ownership of the noun, which is book. And where is your sitting? Your is sitting before the noun book. And therefore, your is a possessive determiner. It is also a possessive adjective. Why? Because your tells more about the book, which is a noun, and it sits before it. And therefore, it is also a possessive adjective. That is why all possessive adjectives are also called as possessive determiners. Students, this table shows the possessive determiners. Look at the first two words given in the first row. My, our. These two are first person possessive determiners. My is a singular possessive determiner and our is a plural possessive determiner. So look at the second row. Your is a second person possessive determiner. Whether singular or plural, you use the same word your. For example, if I'm going to refer to one person, Ram, and say that Ram's book is on the table, instead I say your book is on the table. The word your in that sentence refers to Ram. Ram alone, singular, single person. And say, look, take this case where your teacher talks to the whole class, addresses the whole class, and she says, your books are on the table. There, the word your refers to all the people, all the students in the class. And the third person determiners, possessive determiners are his, her, its, their. Let's see some more examples. That is my pen. My pen. So what is the possessive determiner here? My. Why, students? Because my is the word that modifies the noun pen, which introduces the word pen, or which tells you about the position of the noun pen, isn't it? My tells you about the possession, about the ownership of the noun pen. I am talking about a pen. I own the pen. That information, I own the pen, you get this information from the word my, and therefore that is supposed to be a possessive determiner. Look at the second example. Their house is on Spring Street. Here I am talking about a house. How do you know whose house is this? They own the house. So their house. Their is the word that tells you about the ownership. And where is its position? It sits before the noun house, and therefore there is a possessive determiner. Look at the third example. Ram gave me your book. So your book, the word your is a possessive determiner because it tells me that the word your, that tells me that the book belongs to you. You own the book. So Ram gave me your book means I come to know from the word your that this book belongs to you. So your is a possessive determiner. Also the fact you can see that it sits before the noun book. Let's see some more examples. She looks just like her mother. Your dog may have more fleas than mine. Its back was bitten by a dog. Our dinner was delayed because Mum was stuck in a traffic jam. Their parents refused to visit him in prison. So in all these sentences, what are the possessive determiners? Her, your, its, our, their. And what are the nouns they refer to? Mother, dog, back, dinner, parents. If you look at these possessive determiners, sometimes you also feel that they are pronouns. Yes, sometimes possessive determiners can also act as pronouns. Depends on the context. For example, she looks just like her mother. Instead of her, what is the function of a pronoun? What is the job of a pronoun? Pronoun comes in place of a noun. Isn't it, students? So, if I'm going to modify the sentence a little bit, reframe it and tell you, she looks just like Sham's mother. I'm sorry, this is her, a female. So let's have a girl's name, Sita's mother. She looks just like Sita's mother. So instead of Sita's, I'm using the pronoun her. So her also acts as a pronoun here. Okay, but it is not a possessive pronoun. Please be careful, children. It acts as a pronoun, personal pronoun, not a possessive pronoun. Understood?